Hello, everybody. It's me. I'm here. I'm here with Kelpsey. Hello. We're all here. You can see us. We are going to be doing our viewer Q&A portion. Like every time I say viewer Q&A portion, I'm about to say of this exam. This is the viewer Q&A portion of the exam. I did. I have to. Just as a reminder, if you'd like to, I pinned it up on the top of the chat. I guess it's on the bottom. Man, YouTube's weird. Anyway, check out the Google form if you'd like to ask any questions for our guests. Oh, Kelsey's muted? I can fix that. See, this is why we do this. Wait, why is she muted? Wait, hold on. Hold on. Why are you muted? Oh, it's this again. I had this problem last stream. So
Okay.
now I have you unmuted from the call, which means you're somehow being picked up twice. Let me figure this out.
Okay.
What if no, I
Do I
can't
need
mute.
to do anything on my end?
No, I don't think it's not a you thing. It's definitely a me thing.
Okay.
Wait, that doesn't make any Oh, wait. Audio output destination. Uh-huh. That's probably why. Why did that make everything lower? Okay, hold on. Huh? You're still ringing? No. Does audio no, it's okay. I think
Nope, it doesn't.
I'm just gonna
Well,
hear her twice for a little bit. We're gonna try to figure this out. Like, I'm just gonna multitask today. That's fine. How you feeling?
I'm great. Yeah, I'm
In
good.
stereo? For me? It's perfect. Good. We have a couple of questions from guests. I wanted to get this one out first. Let me actually make it so that I can read this. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? Text wrapping, please.
Oh boy.
First one's from Emmy. She asks, "What's your experience with making friendship bracelets?"
Oh my god. Okay, I have a story to tell.
Okay.
Okay, so Emmy Divergent. If you don't know her, wonderful human being. Love her. She's very sweet. Last TwitchCon, we were hanging out, we were walking around, and there was a friendship bracelet like station at TwitchCon. Um, and I kept making her we were like, "Let's make each other bracelets." So I'm making her a bracelet and I'm like
Yeah.
doing I made like I thread the whole thing, and as I'm like tying it into a knot, it like explodes. And I'm like, "Oh, it's cool. I'll just do it again." So I do it again, and then it explodes again. And I'm like, I can't tie knots. So literally I just like I never made her a bracelet. I feel really bad about it. I just gave up. I'm like, "I'm really sorry." She gave me hers, like the one for me, and I was like, "Thank you for this." And she's like, "Yeah, it's cool. Don't worry. I'm not gonna make you do it again." I'm like, "That's a true friend,
That is a
is
true
not
friend.
requiring a friendship bracelet." Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. I totally forgot. And of course, like everybody while in the circle of like us making friendship bracelets is just like laughing at my like inability to tie a knot, I guess. I don't know. It was pretty brutal, but
Oh,
it's fine.
no.
It was more
I
funny than anything.
Look, I'm not about to sit here and say that I learned how to tie knots, and I was in Boy Scouts for, like, a minute, and I was supposed to be a master at tying knots. I did not figure that out. Rabbit goes in the hole, goes out of the hole, goes through the shoe. Let's see. Josh Jepson, "I'm always interested in the origin of people's usernames, so I'm curious how Kelpsey came about. I know your
Oh,
name is Kelsey, but what does the kelp part mean? Are you
what's
secretly
the
a
kelp part
mermaid?"
mean? Well, there's this cool plant in the ocean called kelp. No, not really though. That's not the origin, but actually so I am big time internet nerd like all you guys.
Mhm.
And way back when I used to be an admin for a Zelda fan site, and my one of my friends from that website knew my name was Kelsey, and was really into Pokemon at the time, and they started calling me Kelpsey because I think there's, like, a Kelpsey berry in Pokemon,
Yes,
and I
yeah.
was like, "Oh, that's so cute." Like, I really like that name. Like, it's close enough like, my previous username was not really pronounceable. So, I was like, "Yeah, let's just ease into that." So, when I started using Twitch more in college, so, like, 2012, I kinda, like, just used that as my username instead of my old, like, Zelda fan site username stuff.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, your Zelda fan site username? Wait, it wasn't pronounced was it like you shouldn't say it or you just can't pronounce it?
You just can't pronounce it really. I mean,
Okay.
you can. It was just, like, 2 different ways to pronounce it, and it was silly, whatever.
Oh, okay. No,
It
that's
was
alright.
like it goes further back. It goes the nerddom goes further back to when, like, I was a like a teen like, a young preteen making, like, Aragon fanfic stuff and, like, putting
Oh!
my name into, like, the elvish dwar you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
it goes further back. So, yeah, it was, you know, internet nerd.
Just
That's
kid
fine.
stuff.
Just kid
Just
shit, yeah.
kid stuff.
I'm sorry if can I swear? I'm sorry, I didn't even,
You can
like
s yeah, you can
yeah,
swear.
okay. I didn't know how yeah, how oh, I should've, like, asked you before, like, "Hey, what's the
You won't be
podcast
the
about
first
reading here?"
person. Yeah, would not be the first.
Yeah.
Um, no, that's okay. I was actually curious about that as well because I just thought I was like, yeah, that's just my name and I just put a P in it,
Yep.
It's Kelpsey now.
It's,
So
it's Kelsey, but the P is silent, right? So
well, and I was curious too because I think like nowadays I can see like interchanging between Kelpsey and Kelsey. So like, do you have a preference? No.
No, whatever you wanna I have people who I've met in person several times, and they will still call me Kelpsey to my face. Like and I'm like, "You can call me Kelsey, like, it's cool." Like, that's my name, it's cool. But it's, I mean, I don't care. Whatever you're more comfortable calling me, you can call me Kelp. All of my community usually just calls me Kelp,
hmm
um, or Kelsey, I don't care, like, whatever. It's just my
Yeah.
name. I don't care. No preference.
Hey. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? We have from Freeze Flame. I mess this one up every time. Freeze Flame Weavile asks, "What got you into Star Fox?"
What got me into Star Fox? Okay, great question. I mean, so I, played Star Fox 64 as a kid. We had a Nintendo 64. We bought the game in 1997. It was like one of our Christmas gifts that year or something. So my first memories of Star Fox was Star Fox 64, and I played that game a lot when I was a kid.
hmm
So I would say that's what got me into it. What got me into streaming it, I just do a lot of retro content in general on my stream. And about 5, 6 years ago, I was like, man, I really love this game. I'd been playing like doing Zelda speedruns a lot. And I was like, I just want to try something different. So I would just throw on Star Fox 64 and just like go for like high scores casually just to see if I could, like, beat my brother's old scores from, like, way back when, that's fun.
Yeah.
And, the score running community, like, found me, and they're like, "Come this way. You want to learn things about this." And I was like, "Okay, I'll get into this." And, so that was about 5 years ago, that I started score running Star Fox 64.
Oh, wow.
I have played Star Fox SNES. Uh, a little bit, not very much. I
Okay.
have played a teeny tiny bit of, Star Fox 2 and which is, like, what Star Fox 64 kinda, was,
Yeah.
before they scrapped 2. Well, they released 2, you can play 2 now. Um
Yes, you can.
Yes, but I've never played anything past Star Fox 64, so I've never played Adventures, Zero, Assault. I've never played any of those until the newest Star Fox, which is, of course, a remake of 64. So, yeah, I've not experienced the, Yeah, the later Star Foxes. But yeah, I mean, when I was doing score runs on my, on of 64,
Yeah.
nowadays I'm doing the Switch version, I still use the same cartridge that we had years and years ago from, like, almost 30 years ago.
Mhm.
It's actually interesting because you need a specific version of a cartridge to speed to score on, kinda like in speedrunning, how you need, like, a specific they usually like, "Oh, Link to the Past, you wanna speedrun in Japanese, so you need a
Oh,
Japanese
yeah.
cartridge, for, quicker dialogue." Um, it's kind of similar where you need, like, a 1.0 cartridge in Star Fox because of a weird memory thing that they implemented in later versions of the cartridge where it would, after, like, 512 points in a stage, it would, like, overflow essentially, and it wouldn't, like, save that number, so it's really
Okay.
weird.
Yeah.
So you need you like, it's some weird memory thing, I can't explain
That's
exactly what it is, but
interesting.
anyway, the cartridge we had growing up was the correct version, so we just stuck with it the whole time. I do have a Japanese cartridge here somewhere too, but I don't know where it is. Somewhere there, over
Oh,
there.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Um, that was interesting. I think we'll probably touch that on parts of that a little bit during the
Yeah,
podcast proper.
I don't mind repeating any of that, don't worry. Don't
Oh,
worry.
thank God. 'Cause that might happen. That might happen.
No worries.
Celestin asks, "What's your favorite beverage?"
Oh, eh, that's not I can't pick? This is not cool.
Oh, wait.
I am
I have to tell you, they asked this question to literally every one of our guests,
everyone
but I forgot that you're sponsored.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, with the Madrina stuff.
Yeah.
No, just in general, I just can't pick because I'm, like, the girly who has 3 drinks on her desk at all times. So,
Oh.
like, it's gonna be, like, a latte and a water and a yogurt, you know? Like, it's gonna be, like, sometimes it's a soda, sometimes it's, like, a V8 thing, you know?
Yeah.
My
Choice is
favorite
important.
drink, I don't know, probably, like I don't know. I love a good coffee. I love a good latte. Oat milk latte.
Ooh, oat milk latte, okay.
Always oat milk lattes, yep.
Yeah. Alright. Good to know, good to know.
Yeah, no, I'm the most indecisive person. I see you in chat. I am the most indecisive person, like, it's a problem, and sometimes it truly is.
I mean, I've been there where it's just like, I wanna finish the drink I already have, but, like, I'm also just I need a soda right now.
Yeah,
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 I get you.
same. Yeah.
I got you. Let's see. Game Master asks, "Favorite snack or soup on a rainy day?"
Snack or soup?
Yeah.
Soup. My favorite snack on a rainy day. Hmm,
I feel like
kinda
this has
depend
2 meanings. It can either be a literal rainy day or it can be like, a bad day and you
oh,
just
on,
need
like,
like
a
a
day
good
when you're
snack. Yeah.
not having a good day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Hmm. I feel like rainy day implies that it's actually raining, you know? Like,
Like I said, it can
you
mean
need
both. Could mean
cozy
both.
why isn't soup qualified as a snack? Given how I'm always hungry after soup usually, unless it's like a stew,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe it could be a snack. Okay, I would say I'm gonna change the question a little bit.
Sure.
My current snack, I've been doing a lot of popcorn. I go through phases of snacks. Right now, I've been eating popcorn. Um, Before it was granola.
Ooh.
And, which was not healthy, but it was really good. It's like
Yeah.
cookie granola. It is not even kind of
Oh, there it
healthy.
is.
Um, but yeah, and then for soup, ooh,
Man, you dunk those like granola clusters into some yogurt.
yeah,
That's breakfast.
exactly. Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
mean, I was eating breakfast like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I also just love, like, apples. Like, I'll just apples with, like, some cheese or, like, some peanut butter, and I'm so happy with
Oh.
that every time. Like, it's just, like, the effort of, like, going to cut an apple.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, it's the amount of work implied of, like, eating
Right,
this yeah, versus actually
right.
eating it. Alright, alright.
Um,
Um,
Soup I didn't answer. Soup depends on the time of year. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Trying to
Right
think of,
now,
like, a
chili
summer
lime
soup.
soup would be good, like a lighter broth, like chicken like a tortilla soup almost, but
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
you actually post a lot of your, like, cooking and
I
things as
do, yeah.
stories on Instagram,
I do.
and I'm trying to think if that was, like, one of the more recent ones?
Maybe. That's probably the last soup I made recently
Okay.
was probably, like, the chicken lime soup, and then I made and, like, before that, probably, like, a tomato soup that I've had before that I've made a few times, but it hasn't been soup season, really. It's so hot
Yeah.
here. Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah. I really can't think of, like, wanting to eat soup right now.
No,
However,
no.
if it's, like even during the summer, if it's raining and cloudy, I'll go to Panera for, like, a tomato soup or whatever.
Mhm.
Fine.
Mm.
Let's see. Oh wait, I just asked that one. Dragonstorm is asking, "What's your favorite Zelda game and Zelda character?"
I hate this question. I I hate this question. I get this
Okay.
question in chat, like, "Hey, what's your favorite Zelda game?" And I'm like, "You
Hey!
need to you need to tell me 2D or 3D, and then you need to tell me, like, give me a top 3, not a favorite game." Like, I gotta do top 3. Okay, so in no particular order, my top 3, um, Breath of the Wild for the experience that
Yeah.
yeah, I prefer Breath of the Wild over Tears of the Kingdom, for the experience alone, um, because you didn't get that same experience in Tears of the Kingdom. Ocarina of Time / Majora's Mask for the nostalgia,
Okay.
um, and then I would say, dang, this is such a hard question.
It's like picking between all the sons that I hate.
It's all my children.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do I pick a child? I can't. I can't pick a child. So I
Not out
usually
loud, at
try to
least.
include like 1 2D option here, and that's
Mm.
I wouldn't say I've speedrun A Link to the Past for a long time, but I don't think it's one of my favorite Zelda games anymore. And that sounds bad. It's just because like there's no casual game experience with that game for me anymore.
Right.
Um, so I would probably say maybe like A Link Between Worlds. So, like, same but different, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's a good point, like, for me, I'm like, I always have to think about what is a Zelda game that I could very, very easily just be like, "Oh, I just feel like popping in a Zelda game. I'm just gonna go ahead and play this one." But I also really, really like Skyward Sword for, like, the characters and the storyline.
Oh, yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
answer the character part, yeah. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
there's
you're right.
that. Because
You're
I
right.
mean
Skyward Sword, I replayed this year after having not well, okay, so I had played, like, the SD version and then the HD version right after when it came
Oh.
out. It was,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
in well, I played SD version when it came out,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
years
okay,
in
okay.
2011, and then right before HD came out, I had just played SD, and so I played it, like, twice in a row, basically,
Mm.
and I was like, "I can't do this anymore," but I played it again this year, and I was like, "Dude, like, there are some solid dungeons in Skyward Sword. There are some solid like, it's a little clunky in terms of, like, the flow of the game,
Yeah. Yeah.
the game is it takes its time, but, like, it's there's some good dungeons in Skyward Sword. It moved up on my list. Um, and, you know, the music's great, always. But,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I appreciate that too. Um, yeah, I think I'm where I don't think I know. I'm going through, Majora's Mask for the first time, like,
What?
fully. Yeah.
What? Oh,
I've I was one of those guys that was just like, "Oh, the idea of the timer gives me anxiety," so
oh, totally. Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I would always, like, get frustrated of not finding the bomber kids and then just, like, quit, or I would get past that point and then just like, I'm not really feeling it right now," and then I just put it away. But no, we're streaming, like, the whole thing now.
Cool.
This is the furthest I've gotten. We're now at Great Bay. Uh, and, like
Once you slow down the time, it's actually it's very manageable,
well,
you
there's
know?
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched my brother play yeah, but I watched him play it in, like, very small amounts. So there are parts of it where I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I remember this part."
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
But, like, I didn't play it, you know? I feel like I can't say whether or not I like a game, if I'm just watching somebody else play it, so,
Mhm.
and yeah, I think it does some really cool things. I think the Bomber Notebook is so ahead of its time in being able for me to actually keep track of stuff and find out when people like, it makes me wanna go back and think about all the games where the tools that you need to complete it are in the game and not in, like, a player's guide or something like that.
Yeah,
And yeah, I really like that about games. Like, how can you beat the game with what the game tells you? Or are there parts of the game where you're just never gonna find out
right.
unless somebody told you about it?
Unless somebody told you, or you're reading the Prima guide like I did, where,
Mhm.
it gives you the secrets. I mean, that's how I beat Majora's Mask for the first time when I was a kid. It was like, the Prima guide. Like,
Yeah,
I was because the time thing, I had the same deal.
yeah.
Um, I needed to be, have my hand held, basically.
Well, thank God my analog 3D came in, so I'm playing off of
Yeah,
that thing
yeah.
with a wi man, that and the NSO wireless controller is so good.
It is very good.
Yeah,
I actually just put mine away.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Hoy. Let's see. I think Freeze Flame asked another question, so we'll go ahead and ask that. Do you ever get nervous while streaming? I think this is a good one.
No, not anymore. I mean, we'll probably get into this later, but I used to be a teacher before I was a streamer. I taught high school for a few years, and, that took away any, like, nerves. Like, being in front of, it's funny now because I've done panels in the present. I have done panels and stuff where I'm in front of a live audience and, like, I get nervous. That's when I get nervous, when I can see people's faces.
Mm,
But, like, names on a screen names in a chat room, like, they don't I know they're people, but, like, I can't see their face. So it's like it's
yeah.
very easy for me to just be like, you know, I can separate myself from nerves, I guess. It also depends on, like, what I'm doing, I guess, but I haven't been nervous doing stream stuff in a long time. Also, you kinda, like not only do you just get used to it from the more you do it, the more that you've done it, the easier it gets,
Yeah.
but also the more stupid things you do on stream, the less you care. So, like, you just, "Whatever, man, I've done this, so, like, what?"
Yeah.
It can't get any worse. So, like, it's confidence building,
Oh,
but
true.
mhm,
I mean, you mentioned the school teacher bit, and I was a substitute for a little bit, for a couple of years, and I feel like the big difference, yeah, with this and streaming is like I can't see anybody, but also they're here to see me. Like
mhm,
they want to be here.
mhm, yeah, exactly,
You know?
exactly.
Imagine walking in and, like, you're supposed to be the holiday for, like, the teacher that they normally have, and you have to
Mhm,
be like, "No, you still have to focus.
yeah,
Come on."
no,
Yeah.
I couldn't.
I sto There was literally one day I was just, like, in the middle of a class, and I just, like, looked up at the clock, and I was like, "I can't wait to get out of here." And I've never felt this, like, deep need to not be here anymore, so I think I need to quit. And
Yeah,
that's when I moved jobs.
yeah.
So
For sure. No, that's fun. That was definitely similar situation where I was like, "I don't wanna be driving to work anymore. This is not a job I wanna
So I
drive to
turned
work
my
to
car
anymore."
around and went
I
back
mean,
home.
it goes a lot deeper than that, but,
Yeah,
yeah, I was like, "I need to quit because 'cause I'm deeply unhappy." Like, my god. But anyway.
no worries. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and take a quick break,
Yep,
that way I can get the audio stuff set up. We'll start the podcast proper.
okay.
Here, for all of y'all that were here, hold on, where's the button? Here's something I can do on YouTube. I can just gift free 5 memberships. 5
Wow!
free memberships. That's how I was supposed to say that. So, all y'all just became sponsors for free for the month. Enjoy your emotes, enjoy your special role in the Discord. We'll have 5 more for y'all when the podcast is over. So, stick around. You might be one of the lucky 5, maybe. I don't know.
Sick.
You never know. So, but we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got our whole podcast to go. We're going to learn more about Kelsey or Kelpsey, interchangeable.
Interchangeable.
We're going to
He
learn
is silent.
the P is silent. That actually should have been the name of the episode. Damn it. Ah, all right. Well, let me consider that during the break. We'll be right back. Hello, everybody. Look, video games can be a lot of fun, but making content around them takes a lot of luck. Here on episode 13 of Good Luck, Have Fun, I am joined by speedrunner, rando enthusiast, crossword puzzler, Kelpsey. Hello. Gotcha.
Kelsey.
Kelsey, I had to find my buttons.
Yeah,
My
yeah, all
buttons got
good.
away from me, so it happened. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm
Good.
great. You know, we had a nice little break. I have hydrated and nothing new. It's
Nothing new.
great.
Oh, well, for our audio listeners, we had the Q&A session before, but this is everyone's first time, well, if they're on, like, Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever, it's
Oh, true. Okay, well,
Mhm.
hi everybody. Sorry. I'm great. I'm doing great. Today has been a nice day. I had a short stream today, but it
Okay.
was it was a good day.
Was the stream okay?
Yeah, stream was fine. I had fun.
Hell yeah.
It was a good day.
Oh, yeah, Juno's in the background.
Gino's there.
Hi, Rebecca.
Oh,
Hi,
sleepy girl.
Juno.
She's
Yeah.
overdue for a haircut. She's getting a haircut tomorrow. She's
Oh,
very fluffy.
I gotta think about that for my pups.
Mhm.
Yeah. 2 little shelties.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But hey, we're gonna talk a little bit about your career. I want to kind of go. Well, we'll go in chronological order with a couple of like meanderings along the way. That's just
Sure.
kind of how I do things. You know what I mean? But we'll get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somehow we'll figure it out.
Well, we'll make a path.
Yeah, we'll do it at the end of the stream. If you can figure out how like everything is pieced together chronologically, then you'll get a prize. Maybe. Who knows? But first, we're gonna talk about like what was the streaming like ecosystem like when you started? What was going on there? What got you into streaming? What was happening around that time?
Okay. Do you want the full origin story?
With
The
I with like clarifying questions. Yeah, hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, sure.
However you want to do this.
Yeah. So I am a Twitch old person, as a lot of you are probably. I started watching and using Twitch in 2012 when I was a college student. Don't do the math on how old I am. Thank you. So I I started watching speedruns. I started watching Zelda speedruns. Actually, my college boyfriend at the time got me into like watching speedruns. He knew that I loved Zelda games. So he would put on Zelda speedruns for us to watch. I watched a lot of like Enop back in the day, who he's now back to speedrunning Majora's Mask. There's a few I used to watch some Super Mario 64. So I mean, you some names that you guys probably remember. I definitely watched a lot of those at the time. Speedrunning kind of came to a point in popularity in like 2014, I would say.
Yeah,
At the time, I was after I graduated, I was still not streaming, but I was still using Twitch. And I just was more of like a chat person at the time. I wasn't really I considered myself like immersed in the speedrun community, I would say, as like a viewer. But I was not really like a streamer myself at that point. So, um In 2017, late 2016, 2017, and early 2017, I, started watching, one of my one of my favorite Zelda speedrunners, Andy, who is my husband now. We'll get to that story later. He started running a Link to the Past randomizer, and I was watching Twitch a lot at the time. This was when I was a teacher, and I was like, "Dude, this looks so fun. Like, I wanna try this." So, I put together a stream, and when I tell you guys, like, you can stream on anything, you can stream on anything. I was my setup, I have pictures of it somewhere I can probably find, was a off of a Surface Pro 4, which is a very early tablet laptop back in the day.
Oh.
It was and then I would do my game feed on to my TV, my 32-inch TV, and then I had a SNES controller that was, like I had a Mayflash adapter that I would use to
Mhm.
play, and I would play off of, like, an emulator, and my early stream layouts were a thing. Audio was a thing. There was only audio that my microphone only came out on one audio side, so if you were listening, like, on a headset, like, you'd actually only hear it on, like, the right side or
Oh,
something.
no.
It was like also, you would start hearing the Surface Pro 4, like, w reach
Dying.
9,000 degrees
Mhm.
Fahrenheit into the fan would just go yeah, it was the struggle, but you know what? We made it happen. We made it happen. And then I got a real PC, like, 11 months after that. So it was, it was a struggle. It was definitely a struggle. After I was doing it as a hobby, when I did start streaming, I was more like I would go teach, all day, and then I would come home, and then once a week, I would do I would call Wines Days, which was me playing a Link to the Past randomizer and slamming some wine, having a good old time. It was very, very chill, just a nice way for me to, like, unwind, and
Oh, I see what you did there. Okay,
and
okay.
and then kind of had, like, the beginnings of my community there.
Mhm.
My OGs remember Wines Days and how I used to do that, and at the time, Andy, I was talking to more, and I had become a more, like, active member in his community, I would say, and he would, like, send people my way for us to watch for him to watch my community, and which is very common in, like, the speedrunning world is, like, you start speedrunning game I mean, I think it goes really for a lot of things on Twitch, but, like, you start playing X game and people are like, "Hey, I know that name. You guys go watch her or go watch him. Like, this is gonna be if you like this content, you will like the same content in this stream," So I built my community that way, and then about a year after started streaming, I quit my teaching job because I was
Mhm.
deeply unhappy with what I did. I taught for 4 years, and I was a high school teacher, and I was just very, very unhappy, so I quit, and I was like, "Well, I my stream's kinda taken off a little bit." This is 2018 now, and, I'll just do this in the meantime,
Yeah.
I'll push for full-time content right now, and this was summer 2018, and then I was like, "I'm gonna do a partner push," and I was able to apply for partner very quickly after going full time. Took me about like 2 weeks to get to, like, the requirement, and then I applied for it, waited 7 weeks, and I got it. So
Wow.
and I was like, "Well, that's cool. Let me keep going with it." Fortunately, I wasn't making a ton of money, so I ended up having to move home, and I just kinda lived at home for a bit and streamed, and that was a really fun time moving back home again and explaining to my parents, like, "Hey, I promise I'm making the game money playing video games after leaving my teaching job."
Okay.
Um, I promise, and yeah, it was I have had other jobs, while full-time streaming, so, every once in a while I'll, have X part-time job at the time, so yeah.
Awesome. There we go. I well, so there's a lot to unpack with like the full time streaming part because I
Yes.
feel like there is there are so many like myths to uncover when it comes to like, oh, I'm just gonna quit my job and do streaming,
Duh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But like some people have done it, but there's a lot of work and thought and planning that has to go into that. We had Hero Kelly on a couple of
Yeah,
months ago, and it
Kelly,
was
yeah,
a
I know
very
Kelly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was a very similar situation. Like I think she went full time maybe only like a year or so ago.
Only a couple years ago. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
She's pretty recent into it, which is so I feel rare nowadays. There was a big full people jump into full-time streaming, like, during COVID years,
yeah.
so the fact that she did that, like, after COVID years, is very rare, I feel, but I'm very happy for her. She seems to be loving it. Yeah.
So what do you think is like the biggest myth about streaming full time, like becoming a full time streamer? What do you think like people get wrong the most when it comes to that?
Um, I think people kind of underestimate, like, how volatile it is, how, like, you know, not you going live doesn't necessarily mean that you're, like, making money.
Hmm.
Like, sometimes you just have streams where you're just like, "Well, I'm here, I'm putting the content out, there will be people who watch it, but, like, for the most part, you're here to just kinda sustain." Like, in terms of my stream, it's a matter of sustaining. Um, so it's funny when, when I think of people who, like, are not in the streaming sphere at all, they're like, "Oh, do you need to go work?" And it's like, I mean, I'm taking time off. I'm not like, we're not getting paid for time off here, but, like, it's it's hard to say that if I was working right now, like, would this be a great use of it's kind of like it's very weird to balance, like, okay, do you work all the time or do you work on your stream all the time and you stream a lot and you edit your videos and you do everything that you need to, you do the marketing and everything. Do you, like, burn yourself out that way to try to, y be sustainable for a while, or do you understand, like, "Okay, I have to take time away, it will work out on this month," I think it's more gambly than people realize, if that makes
Right.
sense. I mean, it's kinda what you were saying, like, okay, to leave your full-time job and then stream, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think yeah, it takes a certain point to be like, "I am comfortable doing this," or, at least I have a in my household, I'm okay doing this, and just this, So yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, especially in your case, it is a house of content creators, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, it's both of
it's
us. Yeah.
yeah. So when it comes to that, like there's no one single person making a very set paycheck, whether it be weekly or monthly or
Right,
whatever it is.
right.
So what does that look like in terms of trying to do that planning?
It's a little scary sometimes, like, genuinely, like, there have been moments where we're like, "We can't do this opportunity," like, we have to, we have to say no to doing this, or we have to, like, plan much more ahead, like, think, "Okay, like, if we're going on this trip or something, like, we have to really start thinking about saving." I think the biggest headache is taxes, my god, and having to do quarterly taxes and then, like, forgetting about it and then, like, having to do it again. Taxes are, like, as a for us, I mean, I think between Andy and I and I'm not gonna go really deep into our tax stuff, but, like,
Yeah.
when I say we have between us probably, like, 15 1099s, like, it's it's insane. Yeah, like, just from, like, random contract stuff that we do, sometimes it's long enough that it warrants getting, like, a contractor, like, tax form. Obviously,
Mm.
all of our sponsorship stuff, we have to, have a 1099 like that, like,
Oh, yeah.
anytime we have, like, our merch stuff, you know? Um, yeah, so, I mean and then I'll also, like, sometimes I'll pick up a job. I picked up a job last October, part-time as, like, for, like, reading applications for a business school up here, and that's another tax form,
Yeah.
So it's a mess. That part of I it's stressful.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of planning. If that A lot of that we also just kinda delegate to, like, a CPA. Having, that is a lot easier. I would say but, yeah, in terms of, our incomes being, like, all over the place. I mean, it's to the point, like, we're able to buy a house, like, we were able to do, like, things that we want to do. Obviously, if we weren't able to do these things, I would not be streaming or, like, Andy would not be streaming. Um, but the big plan stuff is really hard, I would say, especially now in this economy where we're like, "Do we want to do this?" when we don't know how much it's really gonna cost anymore because our wages don't really go up, right? So
Right.
it's tough. It's really tough.
Well, and I feel like too, I mean, not to sound too bleak, right? But like, I feel like that your income as a streamer, like I see it sometimes when it comes to streaming, like that is also kind of intrinsically linked to what everyone else can afford.
Mhm.
Like, it's not like a large company. It's not like, Dan Clancy is just giving you a ton of money. It's something where it's just like, it's all from the community and the economy hurts everybody. So like if the community is having to make choices, then
Yeah.
that kind of goes into what you all make and like that becomes like such a huge
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
boiling
yeah.
point of just
Yeah, I mean,
income.
yeah, it has been I think definitely, like, it's gotten a little better, I think, with, like, sponsorships and stuff lately, but like, there was a point last year where I was like, "Holy moly, like, people are unsubscribing because we're the first to go," you know? Like,
Yeah,
we are up there with the things that you do not need in your life, and that's fine. Please
yeah,
take care of yourself. I am not guilting anybody for doing that. Please take care of you and your own, but, like, it is like that was the first time where I was like, "Whoa," and that I've never seen a dip. I've seen dips, and I've seen it climb back up, but I've never seen a dip that hard before.
yeah,
So that's when I mean, someone in chat kinda mentioned it, like, diversifying your income is really, really key. Um, you can't just be like, "Okay, sub money is gonna get me through now." It's like, "Okay, what sponsorship can I do? How else can I get money on different platforms?" Or whatever it might be.
yeah. We had just to point that out for our audio listeners, it was Ian Stoll in our chat, which you can do too if you join us over at youtube.com/LP. You can hang out with us and chat and react to things that are going on in real time. Just saying, I feel like diversification of not only content and income is a must for streaming now. Got to get money coming in from many different places in case one dips for a month or two. I mean, I am very lucky right now. Like both my wife and I have jobs. Like I have a 9 to 5. This is my 5 to 9. And I've mentioned that a couple of times, but it's the joke that keeps on joking. But yeah, it is. I can kind of sit here and say, like, well, I have this fallback, and this is just, but at the same time, this thing back here that you can't see because the camera is not a good low light camera. That's a this is 24/7. This is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and if you wanna be very serious about it to the point where you can make some kind of money off of it, like, that is, like, what you do all day, every day.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, we also had Forest Minister in chat saying that, Josh has been really relating to that feeling. So, yeah, so, Josh also was on the podcast, like, last year. We talked quite a bit about that.
Yeah,
And I guarantee
yeah,
you things have changed
yeah, and
since we
Josh is
last talked.
like I mean, he is more years than I do for sure in this world, but, like, also he has the longevity of YouTube, like, he's seen so many seasons.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, and, she also mentioned that your lipstick color is amazing, so
Oh, thank
there's that.
you.
Yeah.
This is it's a Revlon. I actually did it was like a sponsored thing I did with them, and it was, like, actually a really good product. I was like, "Yeah." It's a Revlon lip thing. I don't know. I can't remember the name of it. I could go get it, but I'm not gonna get up. Um, but it's great. It has peptides in it for hydration.
Hmm, we love peptides.
Peptides.
Hell yeah. But yeah, so that also requires a lot of communication in terms of being able to like create a budget or do something like that. What is like the biggest tip that you have, especially if you're in like a partnership when it comes to content creation and like weathering the storm in if for a lack of a better term.
Can you clarify? Like,
So I guess like, you have to communicate as partners in terms of budget, in terms of
oh, for with me and Andy.
finances.
Okay, when you
Yeah.
said partnership, I was, like,
Oh,
thinking, like,
sorry, not with
partnership.
not with Dan,
Uh,
not with Dan.
no,
With
no, no, no,
Andy.
no, or, like, brands and stuff.
Right, right, right.
Um, yeah, I mean, we have, like, a talk, like, every once in a while where, like I mean, we tend to kinda split the finances more or less, um, and so it's like I mean, I have moments where I'm like, "Hey, like, feeling like this month is gonna be a little rougher for me, so just, like, heads up if, you know, I mean, we also, like, don't, like, combine finances, I guess is I mean, we're pretty early on in our marriage also, like, I don't really wanna
Mhm.
get into this too much,
No,
but,
no,
like,
sure, sure, sure.
we're, like, we've only been married for 2 years, but also we've been together for 9, so who knows? But it's for us, the way that we make it work is, I mean, we have things split, and, um yeah, it's a lot of, like chat's kind of joking about it, like, "Andy's gotta grind out extra Mondays," but, like, sometimes we're like, "Hey, you know what? This thing that we just had to pay for kind of sucked, so let's think of, some content ideas that will maybe" like, our communities are extremely supportive, and we are very, very blessed to have them, but we have to think of, like, "Okay, what are collaborations we can do? What are" um not like with me and him specifically, but just,
Right,
like,
yeah,
in
yeah.
general with our friends. What is content that we have not done before that we have been kinda sitting on and that, like, we can maybe somehow incentivize, in some way or shape or form? Um, so, yeah, and then a lot of times for Andy's in part of, like, he's in a talent agency, so he will maybe take on some sponsored gaming stuff. For me, lately, it's been a lot of, like, Twitch sponsorships, so it's like dude, like, anytime I see a movie trailer watching, I'm, like, on it. I'm on it, dude. Like, it's, like, the easiest $30. Like,
Wow.
you have to do it. So, but it's also enjoyable because I love watching movie trailers, but yeah, I mean, you just have to keep your eyes open more, I think, during those moments where you're like, "Okay, what can we do? And what is something that we can reach into our back pocket for, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
think ultimately it's just like there is a lot of communication that has to happen between the 2 of you as like all partnerships must
Yeah.
have. And there's just a little bit more to that in terms of what does that look like for 2 people whose like income is not certain.
Mhm.
Yeah, right. And I do apologize if I like put you on the spot or anything. I didn't mean
No,
to
it's
like
fine. I'm
um
trying to no, you're fine. I'm, like, trying to be, like, realistic about how
yeah.
I wanna answer it, being, like, the reality like, give you guys the reality of, like, what it is like, because it is something that is constantly in the back of my brain,
Yeah.
like, constantly, but it is also, like, something that we have experience weathering and we have experience doing, and yeah, it is a lot of, communication about it. I mean, truly, yeah.
Yeah. So,
It's being real. You have to be real with your partner.
yeah,
Crazy,
exactly.
crazy, but you do.
Communication helps out in a marriage? That's so weird. I've never
No
heard of that.
way,
I
dude.
thought we just bottle it up and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's change topics slightly. I kind of want to talk about so you explained a little bit about how you got into speedrunning. You were watching them as content. You decided to kind of get into it yourself. But on top of that, like, what got you into doing, like, the randomizers? I feel like both speedrunning and randomizers are 2 of, like, the things that
They are,
you are
and
known for,
they
and
are.
Star Fox, and
And so
crossword puzzles.
and crossword puzzles.
But yeah, let's
How
talk a
did you
little bit
go?
about that.
How did the nebula how was this all part of the same thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, so I when I used to watch speedruns, and back then, so a few things, a big thing why I didn't get myself involved into I'm not gonna do that, that's really loud, sorry. Um, there was like a Velcro thing, and
okay.
I like to fiddle with
Fidget.
things.
Me too.
Speaking of which not there, never mind. I
Oh,
have
no.
the pop thing, and I usually like to play with that when I'm talking.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it's fine, we'll do it later. Uh,
I just use my
we
stream deck.
so back in the day, I didn't get into speedruns myself because back then, like, world of record culture was, like, really strong, and I think was really prevalent, and I think if you know anything about speedrun culture, you know that, like, speedrunning world, you know that, like, world record like, being a world record holder was, like, very coveted, it was a huge thing. The viewers watched the world records. They still do. They
Yeah.
still do. However, it was also a different Twitch back then. Being a woman on Twitch was being a woman with a camera on you on the internet was a whole thing back then, and I knew how like, even if you people knew that you were a woman in chat, like, how you were treated was not great. It was not great. So, when I used to watch speedruns and I used to watch, XYZ playing Zelda speedruns, watching Super Metroid, watching Yoshi's Island, watching whatever, I was like, "I will never do that," because A, I'm watching these people put themselves through, like, the insane mental, like, push that they're doing to get to these records, like, I don't want to do that ever, that seems miserable, sorry. And then also, I, like, don't want people to watch me do that and just make fun of me and whatever, so I'm not gonna speedrun. And then I started doing randomizers. So I actually like kind of some people it's actually more common now, I would say that people like do a randomizer and then they do speedrun. But yeah, when I started doing randomizers, it was like I just want to try this because I like the puzzle of it. And I was still a little weird about like being on the internet, but at that point it was 2017 or so. So it was like better. It was better. It wasn't terrible.
Okay.
It's a lot better now than it used to be. Thankfully, there was a culture shift on Twitch, thank God.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I when I started doing randomizers and, I was getting these, like, little slower times, I was like, "Dude, I suck. Like, I need to get better at the game. Like, I'm just bad at playing this game because I'm having to pick up, like" if it's Link to the Past, like, I have to pick up 3 bottles and get red mail and get the gold sword, and, like, I need all of these safeties just to beat the game, beat the randomizer. I don't wanna be bad anymore. So, I started, speedrunning to get better at the game, and this was, um this was probably mid 2018 now, and I really liked it. I was like, I don't think I'm never gonna be like a record holder. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Um, and then I also realized when I had that moment of like, I'm gonna start speedrunning and I'm gonna and I because I like it, I like improving, I like the growth mindset, I like the tribulations that I go through and just to try it again and do better, or maybe I don't, but one day I will, the one day kind of thing
Mhm.
that I was really working towards for a while. My first speedrun was actually not A Link to the Past, it was Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy. That's a 15-minute game. It
Yeah.
is it's about a 15-minute game. I got it down to 12 minutes and 31 seconds, but it's
Mm.
an RNG game, meaning, like, out of the 12 minutes and 30 seconds, like 5 minutes of it is straight RNG. It's very silly. It's yeah, good old shouts to Krakow being a stupid boss.
Oh, right. I was about to
Yeah,
say,
yeah, yeah,
"Huh?"
Krakow. It's like Krakow, like, throws a Waddle Dee or shoots lasers, and it's like a 50-50 every time. So you just are flipping coins.
Okay.
Anyway, Anyway, so I was like, "I'm gonna try this speed run because it's very fast," and I was like, "Oh, that's fun though. Okay, then let's do Link to the Past," and I got better at it, and then I realized that, like, having that presence of, like, "Hey, I'm a girl speedrunning on Twitch," and I have this healthy mindset at the time where I'm going to try, and it's gonna be fun, and I'm gonna get better, and I'm gonna practice, and, like, I I have had so many people come up to me and be like, "Thank you for speedrunning because it got me into it." Because it got watching you take it on got me into it, and it made me more comfortable trying this thing that I would have never tried or never had the courage to try. And it's like, dude, it's just speed nowadays, I'm like, "Oh, it's just speedrunning. Pick it up." It's whatever. But yeah, so that's like how I got into it. And then after I learned any percent for Links to the Past, and then I learned Hundo, um, which is probably the last category I've actually ran seriously. Um, I have not speedrun since I haven't speedrun a Link to the Past since probably October of last year. I consider myself retired from that game.
Okay.
But I also picked up Super Mario Odyssey, which was like probably one of the best speedruns I've ever had. I've ever picked up. It is extremely fun, extremely rewarding run. I've also done Stardew Valley technically. I did a co-op with speedrun with like community center stuff with a couple girls I met through the Twitch Women's Guild. We had two speedrunners who were way into it, and they like taught me and another streamer how to run the game. It was very fun. I've also done some Star Fox in a kind of weird hybrid score running way. But yeah, so it's all about the improvement. That's what I really like. You get kind of like a dopamine rush every time you like do a new run, and then you like do it again and you're all better, and then you do it again and you're better, and then you do it again and you're better. It's addictive. It is
Yeah.
absolutely addictive.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I mean,
Yeah.
so I kinda wanna, like, rewind a little bit. You were
Sure.
talking about
Sorry. I've
how
I've ranted.
no,
Sorry.
no, you're fine. It's not even that
Interrupt
far
me, by the
back, I
way. Like,
promise.
please do. Please do.
No, actually, like, that's the one thing I recently learned. It's just, like, when you do the interview, if you do a podcast interview, you shut up. You shut
Shut
up.
up and let him
If you
talk.
you let them talk. You are not important. And I was like, "Oh, okay, right, yeah." So, like, I try not to even, like, because I used to feel like I had to be like, "Yeah, uh-huh," like, I had to do, like,
Yeah.
the thing, because that's what you do normally. Like, you
Yeah.
when you're talking to somebody, you have to, like, acknowledge that you are listening,
Right.
and so this is, like, a very new thing that I have to learn where it's just like, "No, shut up. You
Yeah.
let them
Yeah.
talk,
No, yeah,
and
just,
you let them
like, no,
talk,
it's
and
not
you
like
don't
it's
stop
like
them."
it's a conversation, but it's not really, it's like a
Yeah,
very it's a passive conversation.
yeah,
You're actively listening, right, I get you.
yeah. So, pick up on chat, you can do this at home. Pick up on the number of times that I am about to say, like, "Oh, yeah," or I do actually say, and tell me how many times I do it at the end of the podcast, and you'll definitely not, or maybe win a prize. I don't know. I don't have that many prizes for you, but it's fine. I wanted to rewind a little bit on
Yes.
the moment where like people were coming up to you and saying like, "Oh, like thanks to you speedrunning or thanks to you doing this," like
Sure.
it
Sure, sure,
gave.
sure.
What was your like initial reaction to somebody telling you that for the first time,
I
and
Yeah.
why did you feel that way?
I was like, "Who, me? Like, you watched me?" Uh, it's really funny. One of the people who, has told me this before, who was like, "Hey, thanks for speedrunning, like, you're the person I got into Link to the Past speedrunning." I don't know if you know who Coco Confession is.
I do.
Yeah, so she's going she's going
Yeah,
to the Coliseum event, yeah.
I'll see you next
So
week.
yeah, yeah, so Coco I've known from I mean, I don't know, so she somehow in the Link to the Past community, they're like, "Hey, you should watch Coco, she's doing hundo," and then I, like, came into her chat one day and I was like, "Hey, like, good luck, as you do, you're as a supportive game community member, you go about and find the category and you wish people luck." And she was like, "Oh my god, Kelpsey, like, you're here." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "You're the person." And then I got to meet her in person, and she's like, Coco is a legend in her own right. Like, let me tell you, like, girl's a lupus warrior. She has been a Twitch Women's Guild leader. She was the first one of the first ones. She is like she does a ton of money. She does ton of stuff for raising money for lupus awareness and stuff. Like she is she's a musician, she's an incredible crochet or, cross stitcher. She is, like and she's really good at Link to the Past now, like, she's way better than me, like, girl's cooked. She's gotten really good, and it's just so funny to be uh, like, we had a race at TwitchCon last year at GDQX, like, we actually got to race. So it was like a kinda like a full circle moment when, like, she was like, "You're the person that got me into this, and I've been doing this forever," and I was really casual about it, but then, like, you gave me the encouragement to keep going and, like, to get better and to learn and, like, whatever, and then this last year, we were able to do, like, GDQ racing, like, stage race. It was just really cool. Um but it feels weird to, like, influence like that, I guess, or at least just give people, like, the push they might need. I don't think I do it actively. I don't mean to. When people are like sometimes people are like, "Should I do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." What do you have to lose outside of, like, your time, you know? But if it's you think it's a solid use of your time, then, like, do it, like, try it. But I don't actively, like, encourage people to speedrun. I say, like, if you're gonna find enjoyment out of it, then do it. But I try to show people how much I enjoy things. So, as a streamer, nobody likes watching an unhappy streamer. So, if people find that enjoyment, then yay. I'm
Yeah.
glad I brought that to your life.
Well, and I'm curious too because, I have to assume that, people may have looked at you were talking about streaming at a time when, there were not a lot of women on stream, and my
Yes.
god, like,
Yes.
god forbid they have webcam on.
Yeah.
Um, so but you're here now, right?
Yep.
Was there anything on Twitch, was there anyone on Twitch that did that for you where you were like, "Oh, well, this is okay.
Yeah.
I can do
Oh,
this
yeah, yeah.
myself."
Like, do I have my own heroes?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Okay. Actually, one of my original heroes on Twitch for speedrunning specifically is Skybills. Skybills has been around for a very long time. She's done hosting. She's done 20,000 different speedruns. She is just such a light of a person, and she just is so she just doesn't care. She's just like, if this is something I wanna do and I enjoy it, I'm gonna do it, and you know what? If you have a problem with me, then whatever, get out of here. And I was like, "This is the way." Like, this is it. That's write it down. Like, that's how you do it. Like, you need to, like don't let anyone yuck your yums, you know? Like, if you're trying something, and someone's giving you crap about it, like, that's their problem. So, yeah, she definitely, I would say, was one of the first people that was like, "Oh, yes, women in the speedrunning community, like, I yes." Um, I mean, I'm more friends with her now, but absolutely seeing, like, Kung Fu Fruit Cup, like, her being on the face of, like, GDQ and stuff. I mean, I don't wanna, like, go into GDQ and everything that GDQ is because I've been more of a participant and a volunteer for them more than an actual runner for them. But, yeah, I mean, like, knowing, like, "Hey, there is space for this change to happen," and it did happen. It's very cool.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, because like, I feel like it is such a difficult position to be in, like, I wouldn't know anything about it being
Yeah.
not a woman, but at the same time, it's like being able to have a safe place or, like, looking at somebody
Mm,
who can inspire you to be able to do it yourself is such an important aspect of being a content creator, because I feel like if you don't have that,
yeah.
then it's really hard to kind of just, sometimes you just need that inspiration to either try something new or to keep going or to just, like, build off of each other,
Yep.
and so I'm actually curious too, like, do you have that kind of, like, ecosystem where you, like, share ideas and kind of build off of each other, and what does that kind of, like, look like for you?
For, like, between me and other
Yeah, like other either speedrunners or Twitch streamers or
oh, like, in terms of, like, making the space more inclusive or,
yeah,
like
yeah.
um I think a lot of it was I mean, like hmm, that's a good question. So I think GDQ did a really has done, like, a really good job, like, spearheading that kinda thing in the event itself, but then also, like, with the creation of, like, frame fatales and stuff, I was, like, in the original if you if you go into YouTube, you'll find me doing frame fatale runs from 8 years ago, and it's like, "What?" And having and, like, showing that, like, "Hey, this is" these are all of the faces that maybe you don't see all the time in mainline runs or like mainline events, I should say, or like maybe even on Twitch because they're not pulling the numbers. Like having something, an organization like that push those creators up and like into the spotlight is I don't think they I think a lot of people kind of underestimate the actual effect of how helpful that was for like women and like speedrunner like when femme speedrunners, I don't wanna just say women, but, like, femme identifying speedrunners, and, like, for me, I know even when I, like, applied for partner on Twitch, I was like, "I just wanna see more people like me with a check mark next to their name," like, and I think that was just kind of like an easy "bing" for them, they're like, "Yeah, okay, she's Latina woman in this male-dominated space, okay." Like, I think the more you put yourself out there and the more that you normalize it, right? It is and a lot of the like again, the women's guild is all about this. Every marginalized group that has like at least an organization by Twitch or whatever it might be, I mean, that is the whole point, right? Is
Yeah.
like getting these names, getting these faces into a spot where it is normalized. That you are seeing all of these different creators and it's not just one type of creator or one creator or a creator that is just these few boxes, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if I personally have had like like a conversation with like one creator like how do we fix this problem?
Yeah.
I think it was more of like there's a need for this. How can we appeal to the people that have power, whatever the power might be, like how do we say this is important and this is a good use of your time? So, yeah.
Well, and I feel like those are spaces, like the different guilds are definitely opportunities where you can help each other as well.
Yes.
Um, so I imagine that in that same vein, it's just like, well, we can kind of help lift each other up, especially in times when the platform fails to do so, I think.
Mhm, mhm,
So,
mhm.
yeah,
Whether
that's
it might be the
awesome.
algorithm or whatever, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, Star Fox. What got you into
Starbucks.
Star Fox?
Okay. So, I started playing Star Fox, many years ago as a young Kelsey. I think we got the game when I was, like, 5. It was 1997. I think it was Christmas '97. We got it for yep, we got it as part we had a Nintendo 64 already, and we got it, and it's a pretty short game. So, Star Fox 64, I should say. I have
Yeah.
played Star Fox 1 a little bit. I have played a tiny bit of Star Fox 2. I have mostly played Star Fox 64. I have played nothing past 64 until the most recent game, which of course is a remake of 64. And I'm okay with that. You know what? I feel 0 pressure to play any other Star Fox game,
What?
and, if you have strong opinions about that, feel free to find me and tell me them because I'd like to hear them. I won't ridicule you. I promise. I don't ridicule anyone for their game takes unless they're about, like, Mario Sunshine or something. I Oh, are you a Mario Sunshine apologist? Excuse me?
No, I'm not, I
Oh,
hate that thing.
okay, thank you.
That's why I was like,
God.
what side are we on?"
No, 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 I played that game for, like, 15 minutes, and I was like, put out by this was a first party game." It sure was.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I got
back to Star
ridiculed on
Fox.
Twitter for not liking it when the HD remaster came out.
You got what onto it?
I got
What?
ridiculed.
What?
Yeah,
Oh
people
my
got
god.
mad. They were like, "Oh, just get good at the game." I'm like, "The game is busted."
The game sure is a first party game
Look,
on it's first party Nintendo game.
if it was your childhood game, that is okay.
Yes.
It is
Okay,
okay that
and,
you're
like, and
wrong.
here's the thing, like, I'm giving Sunshine crap right now, but, like, you everyone has nostalgia glasses. My nostalgia glasses are absolutely for Nintendo 64 games. I
Yeah.
do not deny that. There is jank, and I understand. Um, there are some Nintendo 64 games where I do not apologize for them, and I say, "No, I'm not going to play them," like Banjo-Kazooie. Like, I'm not touching that game.
You're right, Jet
Uh,
Force Gemini is bad, I'm sorry.
yeah, definitely. Hey, have you tried it on the Analog 3D though? Like, it's not bad. It's not
I
bad.
do wanna play it again. I wanna actually, like, try the Rare Replay version for, like, a minute because I heard, like, the game becomes playable,
Yeah.
but I remember watching again, that was another game where, like, my brother owned it, he
Mhm.
played it, I tried playing it as a kid, just stopped. He
Yeah.
finished it. I saw the 100% ending, so I'm good.
You're
Uh,
good. Like, you
I had the full
yeah. You
experience,
saw that. Yep. I feel
but,
that.
you know, um yeah, I if you have, like, a childhood game where you, like, sat there and you were like, "Oh, this is frustrating," but, like, all games were basically the same. I've had, like, 20 years of quality of life improvements.
Right.
It is hard. I can't go back. I will never go back to Jak 2 ever again in my
Right.
entire life. It was
Right.
bad.
Right. Right. No, I
Anyway.
mean, yeah, anyway. I feel you. Yes, I feel you.
Yeah.
I so anyway, I started playing Star Fox 64 when I was a kid. I played it a lot when I was, the point of the game is replayability, is to do different paths. It is to see how high your score is, to get the two different endings, blah blah blah. That's not a spoiler, by the way. Please play the game if you haven't. It's a good game.
Yeah.
The original, you should absolutely play the original. But anyway, um, I kinda started playing it on stream. This was, like, when I was speedrunning, I would say, like, 2019 or so, 2018, 2019. I would just play it occasionally and just like, "Hey, like, I used to love this game when I was a kid. I played through it a bunch. Like, let's see what high score I can get." And then, when I was doing that, I didn't have any, like, strategy or anything. I was just kinda, like, doing the best I could and
Yeah.
mashing. And then, like, I guess through the directory of Twitch, like, the score running community, like, found me, and they're like, "Hey, let's, you can do this, right? And then you get more points, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And they're like, "Yeah, we have this cool website called hit64.net. Let's just slide it to you. Also, here's our Discord. And, if you wanna watch some videos." And I was like, "Oh, okay, okay." And then
Cool.
I was like they're like, "Yeah, you can get a lot better that way." So, score running, if you don't know, is just high score, attempts. There is no timer involved unless you're doing a speed run of it. It is very open-ended, and it's just like, as long as you don't get game over, your score run is good. So, like, more famously, some of the world record one of the previous world record holders, Caio Nintendo, I don't remember the numbers after his
Mhm,
name.
mhm, mhm.
He's, like, from Brazil. He would literally just, like, leave his stream on for, like, 30 hours because he would, like, "Okay, I'm still in the middle of this run. Let me just, like, keep this. I'm gonna go to bed and come back." Like like, there's no timer or whatever. But, like, imagine editing that video. I think my worst one was, like, 5 hours long, and I was like, "Man, I'm never doing that again." Because it's not even just, like, once you start getting good at it, and you understand, like, oh, this is how you do a charge unlock shot where you're holding Z and R at the
Mhm.
same time, and you're also braking and you're shooting charge shots, and, like, it's a whole thing on your hands. It's, like, more of a stamina thing at that point. Like,
Yeah.
how much can I play this game without my hand falling off my wrist? So yeah, it's really fun. We I got into it. I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna get 2,000 points." That's, like, kind of like our baseline, like, you know what you're doing in score running. Um, in the score run community, like 2,000 points is like, you know what you're doing. Um, and then I kept going. So that was about 5 years ago when I got into it, and then I have taken many breaks over the years. It's not something I do like all I have been doing nonstop,
Yeah.
but it's, because also, like, again, like, you wanna take breaks just like from speedrunning, you wanna take breaks from score running just to, like, when you come back to it, you kind of not only just, like, break the cobwebs off a bit, but also unlearn maybe some bad muscle memory that you
Oh,
had, because and, like, also I genuinely think, like, your brain just, like, kinda rewires itself between, like, times that you go through a speed run. Like, you're doing X category in speed run, and you're like, "I got a time, I need a break from this game." Almost certainly, the next time you come back to that game, you will get a PB very quickly because and I don't wanna say certainly, it really depends on on the level and depends on the game and, like, whatever it is. But very often, you will get back when you get back to that game, whether it's a score run or whatever, like, you will get a personal best pretty in a reasonable amount of time because your brain has literally just, like, figured something out. Like, I don't know what it is, like, your brain just is like, "Yep,
it
okay, I
it got
got
it
this."
got the rest that it needed, I feel
And
like.
yeah, it either is like the mental break you got or you're like your hands are just like yeah, I mean, like, your hands will remember what to do, but it's just it has happened to me so many times that I cannot ignore that it is a pattern where I have taken a break from a game and come back and been like, "Oh, easy PB. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got this." Even though I was sweat, blood, and tears. Like last time I played this game, I was losing my mind, you know. But it's very interesting that that has happened to me that many. It has happened to me many times. But yeah. So I the last time I was score running, previous to now, was probably yeah. I mean, it was August last year. Yeah, it was almost a year ago, and then I picked it up again in I don't even know. It was before the Star Fox Switch announcement. I was already
Yeah.
score running. I was back into score running. Was like, "All right, guys, we're never seeing a new Star Fox game. Let's put a metal bowl into my Nintendo 64 controller because that's all we're gonna get." So, like, it's yeah, now we have the new game, and the new game is just it's like a whole dessert. It's so fun. Like, it's just so fun. It's such a great time.
Man, I did not do the "Let's play some Star Fox before the new one comes out," and so
Yeah.
when I went back into it, there was a lot of cobweb dusting to do,
Yes.
and
Yes.
one of the most aggravating parts was actually, like, Aquas,
Aquas,
until
yeah.
I used the Pro Controller's, back button to just and I just put boost on one of the back buttons, and I'm like,
Oh, there you go.
"Oh, now my
Yeah.
hand doesn't, like, lose blood
Yeah.
anymore," because that
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's,
Um
yeah. Aquas is definitely one of the heavy facelifts that in the new game,
Oh, yeah.
along with, Titania,
Yeah.
Macbeth, Sector X looks way different. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah, I mean, it's the Landmaster levels needed a lot of love, and so did the one Blue Marine level.
I mean, we have lots of torpedoes.
We have lots of torpedoes. Keep firing. We have torpedoes.
Just kill
Yeah.
all the living things down there, it's fine. Uh, I'm actually kind of intrigued. So when you build that, like, profile of a person in your head, you're kind of like, "Oh, okay, she does a lot of speed running, she does a lot of randos." That can be kind of, like, self-competitive. Because you could be, yeah, competing against a world record or to get yourself up on the leaderboards, but I feel like it's always this, like, thing of self-improvement, and I think that that's kind of where I was like, "Oh, she's not necessarily competitive." Do you just value self-improvement? Is that, like, one of your core values?
Yeah, I don't know if it was like a core value, but I don't consider myself a huge and competitive I don't consider myself a very competitive person, like, against other people because I'm like especially I did used to race randomizer, and I quit because I was getting more upset with myself than I was at the game of,
Mhm.
like and I didn't like that, and it's like, if I am going to do this, I just want to race me, you know? Um, and I mean, I will say, like, maybe with score running, I do look at other scores, I look at what other people are doing, and, like, I'm like, "Oh, like, it's really cool that I'm in top 5 or whatever." I don't know what I am anymore, I was away for 3 weeks, away from the game for 3 weeks, I have no idea. But it's really cool that, like, I my score is up there, like, it's good to have that kind of baseline, but I also, like, don't pressure myself anymore. Like, I think it's more realistic for me to create my own goals that, like, I wanna hit and try to I would be more I'm gonna be happier, creating my own goals that apply to me because I know what I'm going through or what we're doing here in my situation than, try to, like, compete all the time.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I would say, like, I do like the self-improvement bit a lot. I like being the best version of myself if I can. And I don't know. I've never really thought about that before. I never really thought about, like, "Oh, yeah, she is very self-improvement," but it's just like I just enjoy learning more than anything. I really love learning.
Yeah.
So, um just I mean, and of course, like, speedrunners are the biggest nerds of video games, so makes sense. You know
I mean, you get really into, like, the weeds and the details of, like, well, if you do this,
Yeah.
then you can shave, like,
Yeah.
6 frames off of your
Yeah,
score. Yeah, or your
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
yeah, it's if you hold the direction going left or right, you will do a stair cancel, stair lag cancel, and it'll save half a second every time,
And
garbage
that's
like
very
that.
important,
Yep.
especially
Mhm.
for how long a game is, like, in the speedrunning community. It's just, like
Yeah.
it's literally
Yeah.
just, like, parts of a second at this point.
Right.
So, yeah, I just thought that that was interesting because, you get that, like, dopamine hit, whenever you learn something new and you just kind of, like,
Mhm. Sorry, I'm
focus
just
on that
laughing because 'cause I'm
aspect
like,
of
"He's
games.
calling me a dopamine junkie, it's cool, I get this every day." Like, it's fine. It's fine. Here I am
It's
opening my Pokemon packs on my phone.
my God, I haven't even done that in a while. I need to get back
No,
to
I'm
that.
not doing that right now, I was kidding, I'm not doing anything.
I could. I don't use my phone as a camera anymore, so
Oh my god, that's
dude,
impressive.
you wanna talk about okay, actually, I that just sparked a memory in my head. I kinda wanna get back to that. Um, this your iPhone 14 this is my iPhone 14, everybody. One of the best damn low light cameras that you can get for, you know, $800.
Wow.
So, and I finally replaced it 2 weeks ago with a DSLR. Thanks, Jiggy.
Thanks, Jiggy. I need to do that. I want a DSLR.
Oh my god, it's game change it's a
It is
le
a game
oh my
changer, I know,
goodness.
I've been talking about it for, like, years, and I'm like, uh,
Yeah.
I could.
He'll
The
give you some
camera's fine.
recommendations.
I
Look,
got this car
it's fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I'm using this OG face cam over here. So,
Yeah, that's I think what I have. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So, but yeah, you were talking about jank setups or like the beginning, humble beginnings, and I
Humble
was like,
beginnings.
7 years ago, I was streaming off of a 2019 MacBook Pro.
Hell yeah.
By the way, and I thought that was bad until you
Yes,
mentioned the
the
Surface.
Surface Pro 4. Yeah, it
That
was,
was like, "Whoa! You
dude,
could do that?"
you could honestly, what that is the impressive thing is that it worked. Like, it actually was it I mean, granted, back then we were streaming 720p, like, yeah, whatever.
I
But there
mean,
was also no, like, extra encoding for non-partnered streamers back then.
yeah,
It was very much like you get the one thing.
we didn't even
So,
have vertical layouts at the time.
no, well, Vertical's fairly new. Vertical's, like, within the last year.
Yeah.
But, yes, yeah, I streamed off a Surface Pro 4, and I had, I used the camera on the Surface Pro. It was not good. And then I mean, it was good enough. I used a lamp for my lighting, so just like
Oh,
a
okay.
regular lamp.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I had yep, my auxiliary monitor was my TV, and, I used a May flash adapter to a SNES for SNES to use like SNES to USB, and then, that's I basically played on emulator, and
Dang.
you would only get my audio I don't was this pre-show when we were talking about this?
I can't remember if it was if it was a Q&A session or if it was now.
Yeah,
It's
I think
fine.
it
You can
maybe
say it again.
yeah, but yeah, and you can only hear my microphone through one ear. Actually, it's really funny if you go back to my old clips from back then, I had to delete all my clips because of, like, the the big, like, VOD limiting thing that happened,
Oh, yeah.
so we
Yeah.
saved a bunch of them,
Mhm.
and so I'll go back and dig through them sometimes just to find something like, "Oh, look at Juno as a puppy," whatever, and I will find a clip from 18 or no, 2017, and you just only hear the audio on one side, it's like, oh, it's terrible. It's
Look,
filthy.
don't let anybody tell you that you can't create content just because you don't have a
The
DSLR.
setup yeah,
You know what I
the
mean?
setup, right, right, no,
You
you and I mean, even then, this is my 4th I'm on my 3rd PC now. Yeah, I
Wow.
mean, it just takes time. It also just takes, like, time to, after I did the Surface Pro for a few months, bought a pre-built computer from, like, Costco,
Yeah.
and then that worked, and then I built a computer, and then I actually had it was a community built computer, it was very nice, and
Oh,
then I
wow.
this last one I just built last year just because it's like my old computer could not fit, like, the new stuff anymore, like the new graphics card, like, whatever it might be, like, I just couldn't fit it, like, so so frustrated by PC parts right now. I I don't
Especially
even
right
build
now.
anything, I'm fine, it's just, like, it's insane, you know?
Yeah.
It's insane.
I mean, this bad boy is from, like, 2020, and I'm kind of mad that, like, a graphics card that came out, like, maybe 2 years ago wouldn't fit in this thing.
Right, because they're
Crazy.
honkers, they're huge.
Ugh. But yeah, don't let anybody tell you you can't do content just because you got an iPhone as a camera. I've been using that
Yeah,
for years.
yeah.
So,
That's crazy. I would've never thought to use my phone. I just would've been afraid of, like, my phone, like, overheating, but I also haven't had an iPhone in a long time, so I don't know how much better they are than like, my Pixel would you could fry an egg on it on it probably, it gets so hot.
it got hot,
Yeah.
but, I was only gonna keep this phone for, like, 3 or 4 years anyway.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Fair, fair.
let's see. So, I kinda wanted to get into, like, partnerships and things like that
Sure.
because
Yeah,
you know,
the sponsors and the
the
partnerships and
sponsors and the partners
the
and the
monies and
oy
the how do
vey.
you work with the people?
Yeah. How
Yeah.
do you work with the people? Tell me about that a little bit.
Okay, so oh, my first partnership was with Madrinas. They reached out to me. Actually, that take that back. It was not Madrinas. It was Displate. I don't know if you know what Displate is.
Wait, I think I do.
Yeah, it's the magnetic poster
Yeah, the
brand.
Tears of the
Yeah.
Kingdom thing that came
Yeah.
in the collectors. Yeah.
Yes. I think so. I don't know.
I think
Maybe.
s
Did they do did they do like official
I have to dig it out, but the collector's edition had a magnetic plate to hang on the wall.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I have that too, actually.
Yeah. I'm just I mean, it's right there for
In the
me. It's, like,
box.
somewhere right there, but
Yeah. I'll
alright.
have where box? I might have put it away. Um,
Yeah, but display.
anyway, Displate. Yeah, they were like, "Hey,
Oh, they didn't make those. Okay,
commission."
thanks, tech.
It was just like a commission thing.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, "That's cool." And then they sent well, I both Andy and I did it. And they sent us the Displates. And yeah, they were like, "Great. Thanks for doing that. Here's your code." And then you get a payout. and it was, like, nothing else he had to do, it was very easy. And then soon after that, I was actually reached out to by Madrina's, which was a coffee brand at the time, only coffee. They
Oh,
did cold brew cans, so they actually shipped liquid, and
okay.
they don't do that anymore because that is extremely expensive,
Yeah.
and they do, like, powdered stuff. I just had a partnership with or I just had a special, uh, I
The
guess
Burbs of Paradise?
Burbs of Paradise thing with them, yeah. I've gotten to do 3 creator collabs with him over the years. One of them was this last one, another one was actually a coffee bean, and the 3rd one was kind of like an impromptu situation where they sent and after Andy and I got engaged, they sent us a, like, kind of like a mock-up of, like, a it was like their birthday cake flavor for their cold brew, and it said instead they had called it Andy and Kelsey's wedding cake, or Andy and Kelpsey's wedding cake, sorry, and I was like,
It's
"Oh my
interchangeable.
god, that's, like, so good, like, so cute," and I was like, "Wait, can we make this a thing, though? Like, can I" so they did that, and it was really cool, so I actually have that back there, kinda see it way back where.
Oh, okay,
Um,
okay.
yeah, so, uh, they reached out to me. They were like, "Hey, you seem cool. You want coffee? You like coffee?" And I was like, "Yeah." So they sent me coffee. I was actually sharing these pictures the other day in my chat, like these really old pictures of their products and stuff. Um, and at the time, they it was just kind of like a it. It was a commission thing. Um, And then they moved me on later on to a after actually I, like, negotiated with them, I was like, "Hey, like, I'm one of your" at the time, they didn't have many creators, they have, like, hundreds of creators now, but at the time, they didn't have many, and I, like, negotiated, I was like, "Hey, I'm, like, one of your best sellers here, like, can I get on a monthly plan for" like, that kind of conversation that you have with a brand where you're like, "Hey, actually, I want a stipend because you can guarantee that I will, you know, do what you need me to do month after month, and, so yeah, that was, like, one of the first brands that I got to do that with. A lot of times it's brands reaching out to me. I am actually extremely bad at reaching out to brands. I wish I was better at it. I no joke, during Burbs of Paradise, which for context for viewers is like a an annual event I do every year for my partnership anniversary, actually, is what it originated from. Now it's a community celebration, but I do it every year in July. And I actually like I wrote this whole email to like I drafted, I should say. I drafted in a whole email to like 8-bit do, and I was like, "Hey, I'm doing this. La 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 la. Here's all my numbers. This is why the event is successful. Would love to like show off your product and use your product during this gaming event." I sent the email over to like one of my friends who works in industry, and she's like, "You need to cut this down by 75%." And I was
Ugh.
like, "Oh God, I said too many." I'm so verbose. Like I don't know how to write emails where I'm like, "Here's a hook, take the bait." Like, and that's it's kind of a cat and mouse game. It's a really annoying. I don't love that. I don't love that feeling at all. So I would rather like, here's my entire PowerPoint presentation and why I am perfect and I am brand safe and I am a beautiful person for you and your goals. And you can't do that. So yeah, I'm actually really terrible at reaching out to brands, but if there's a brand that reaches out to me and I'm like, I like this. I will use it. I believe in it. Let's do it. Um, then I try to go, try to see if a one-off thing can become a partnership. So Madrina's was kind of like again, it was more of an affiliate thing at first, and then that was also 7 years ago, so I'm actually one of their oldest creators now. They don't have many people that have been around as long as me. I might be, like, literally they're one of their oldest creators at this point, if not the. Um, so, I mean, they have been good to me, and that's, like, the reason why I've stuck with them is, like, they have been really good to me, I have been good to them, and then my other partnerships have been kind of similar deals where it's like, I've been with these people for years on end now, um, because, it works. It works. But yeah,
I have
go on.
2
Ques
questions.
questions.
1, have you had any water in the last 20 minutes? Because I feel like I've been asking you to talk so much.
Yeah, I was just sipping. It's fine. I'll sip right now.
Okay. Just wanna just I'm thinking about your vocal cords. I'm just thinking about those
Oh,
for a
no,
quick
it's
second.
fine. Yeah, again, I had short stream today.
Okay.
I'm actually very glad for that now because I don't talk this much during stream. I play the game. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am glad I had a shorter stream today where I wasn't talking as much. But yeah, I did hear my voice like getting lower.
It's making
But
me drink more because I'm like, "Wow, my throat needs lubrication as well."
also, I've been like kind of battling a cough for like a month and a
Oh,
half.
I'm
I should
sorry.
probably go to the doctor. It's probably like walking pneumonia or something. I don't know. It's been a long time I've had this cough, and I don't know why it won't go away. So yeah, I should probably go to the doctor. It's
It could
fine.
be allergies too,
Could be yeah,
or it
it
could be
could be
something terrible.
honestly, it could be allergies. But it's like every morning I'm like hacking up a lung. But
That
anyway.
could actually be allergies because I had
Oh,
the
okay.
same exact problem. I used to take Benadryl as a kid. By the way,
Mhm.
don't do this, for sleep. I used to do
Oh.
it for sleep,
Oh, no.
but I had allergies, so Benadryl was like, "Oh, okay, that's neat." I didn't realize that over the years, what it was doing was that it was clearing out the gunk that would just build up in the bottom of
Mhm,
my
mhm, mhm,
lungs
mhm,
overnight.
mhm.
And when I stopped doing it, because I was like, "I shouldn't do that. You shouldn't either." I started, like, hacking up a lung, and it was getting so bad that it was making, like, my throat, like, raw
Right.
and really nasty and gnarly. And also, it's like when you have to go into an office, you don't wanna be the one guy that's just, like, constantly just, like, clearing your throat for, like, an hour. And so I went to a
Totally.
specialist, and they're like, "You could try taking, like, allergy medication overnight." I went,
Apparently, it's, like, fine. Yeah. Like,
"That's
I was
what
gonna
I've
say,
been
like,
doing!"
maybe, like, even though you're, like, telling people not to do it, like,
Don't
as
do
a
it for
go to your
sleep.
doctor and ask them,
Yeah, and
but
ask them if
I
Benadryl's
know,
right for
like
you.
yeah, I mean, whatever works for you, but I anecdotally, again, not medical advice, I
Yeah,
know people who do take allergy pills every day. My mom is one of them, so it's
yeah.
very possible I am becoming that person that needs to take, Zyrtec every day. So, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it is allergies.
I would talk to a doctor, but yeah.
Yes, I will do
Not
that.
medical advice.
Yeah. Second
Um,
question.
Second question, I wanna know a little bit more about where you were at creator-wise when people started reaching out to you, because I feel like it is such an interesting aspect of the creator lifestyle, and as I'm starting to talk to more creators who are sponsored, who have gone through that kind of particular rigmarole, I'm curious as to, like, at what point, because you had brands reach out to you first.
Yeah, it was after I mean, I can tell you, I was already partnered on Twitch.
Mhm.
I was partnered on Twitch, I had a growing stream, my analytics were improving, at the time I was growing, and I would say it was pretty early on for me. I mean, that was, like, 2019, so, like, pretty soon after I was partnered, and that's I think it's the it's different now.
Well, yeah,
I'll just say
sure.
it's different now. Don't, like, take my experience as, like, this is how you do it because I don't think that's how it works anymore due to social media, due to Twitch creators, like, pretty much being forced to be on all, every hand and every bucket all the time. It is exhausting. But yeah, I mean, it's been a lot. I one of my, like, crazy one of the craziest partnerships I just remembered that this happened. One of the craziest partnerships I've ever had was actually a startup co brand. I don't even know how they found me. Like, I genuinely don't know if they found me on Twitch or if, like, because they didn't really, like, seem to use Twitch very much, or if they, like, found me on Instagram or something crazy, but they found me somehow, and they're like, "Hey, we're making a jelly drink." Um, it was not a Madrina's competitor. I cleared it with Madrina's. I was like, "Hey, it's like a snack." It's like those, I think they're, like, really popular in, like, Asia. They're like these, like,
Are you talking about,
snack
like,
jelly drinks. Yeah, they have,
the
like, a
things
little
that keep
twist.
you from getting hungover?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they're a
Okay, because that's
hangover,
a
but
jelly.
yeah. But they, like, were like, "Hey, we're making this product. We want you to test it and also be, like, our forefront creator for it," and it was called Gulu jelly, and they sent me so honestly, it was really tasty stuff, like, they did a good job with the formulation. It just kinda, like, fell apart, though. I think it was right during COVID when all this
Oh,
happened,
yeah.
but man, I have no idea how they found me, but they just slid into my email, and I was like, "Okay, like, sure, I'll try your stuff. It won't kill me, right?" Like, and then I,
We
like,
want you
talked
to
to the guys.
test it.
Yeah, I was like, "You," I talked to them, I was like, "Okay, you guys are normal people, like, you're not gonna poison me, like, I'm gonna die or something." It was fine. Uh, it worked out, it was fine, but yeah, the jelly one was definitely a weird one. I hope they're doing okay. They were good, they were good people. They were good people, they didn't deserve to, like, have their plans crash and burn, you know?
Right, right.
Um, yeah.
I just love the just, like, I wonder what they're up to.
Yeah, I hope they're okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because I think, like, what is so difficult about this whole, like, sponsorship idea is, at what point do I, as a creator, I'm saying, like, the royal I or something like that,
the
but, like,
we.
at what point do yeah, at what point do I, as a creator, go, "Okay, things are looking good." Do I go reach out to brands? I wait for them to reach out to me?
Oh,
What is, like, the tete-a-tete in terms of, like,
yeah. Get
doing
out
that
there.
dance?
Just get out there. The worst they can say is no.
Also true.
And also, I'm gonna say this to the mirror, so I do this. So I get out there and say, "Hey." Um, yeah, I mean, I think, what I've noticed is it's not just about, like, "Hey, I'm using your product because I love it. Hooray, 5 stars." It's also like, how can you as a creator in the creative space make their product something that other people like, are you using it in a unique way that is interesting and going to get eyeballs on it? Are you using your this product in a way that is like I forgot, dude, I just totally lost my train of thought. I'm gonna be real.
Well, I think what I can kinda go off of this is just like, did you go to business school? Did you have to
No,
learn all this stuff
no.
as a content creator?
I learned this as a content creator. I will say like I said, I don't know if I mentioned this, but yeah, I was a teacher before,
Yeah.
okay? Like, my strength actually in streaming, is actually, like, moderation. And which
Okay.
hilariously, I don't moderate anything in my stream anymore because my chat is that well behaved. Because they just know, they understand the expectations, and because that is classroom management. Like, literally, I took my classroom management skills and I put it on my Twitch. And then so that's, like, actually my strength. The other strength I would have is that I am, like, slightly artistically inclined. I understood that brand is important, and, like, brand recognition is important. So when I went full-time streaming, I literally quit my teaching job. The day after it was my first full day streaming full-time, I was like, "Okay, here's my plan to make a brand for myself. I need emotes, I need this." I mean, at the time, I didn't even have a full set of emotes yet, and big at the time, 2018, emotes were, like, a really powerful way to
Yeah.
identify a stream with it, like a channel to a person, you know? Um, or at least it was like a big channel identifier. I wouldn't say it is as much anymore because everybody has 10,000 emotes, but, at the time, I only had 1 affiliate emote, and I was like, "Hey, like, let's get it I'm gonna go ahead and commission all these emotes because I am planning for the day where I'm going to use all of these, and I need to create a website, I need to make a screen stream schedule, like, there has to be something there has to be a show here, and I need to put all the components in the show together." Um, so, yeah, so, like, I think that would be my strength. It was that, like, I had the strong Twitch chat, you are behaving. This is the expectation for the stream, but also I had the strong brand workings in place. But everything else that came through with like sponsorships, with like knowing how to pitch, knowing how to like talk to people on email. I mean, like, I'm thankful that I had a professional career, if not even if it was very brief, but I'm thankful that I have worked in a professional setting before being a full-time content creator because
Mhm.
I think knowing that like, hey, I know how to comport myself in front of brands and to be a person who takes themselves seriously and to take like this is, my livelihood. Like I do take this very seriously and I do take you very seriously as a brand. I think, having that weight is, you know, definitely something that I already knew how to do because I was dealing with parents and their product, which is their children. So, like
Okay.
yeah, so, anyway.
No, I get that. I
But yeah,
yeah.
I wish it's so funny, I do, like I know streamers, like, friends of mine who are, like, they did go to business school, and they are full-time streamers now, and, like, they have that, like, I know how to, like, make money back kind of thing, or like I know how to leverage myself kind of thing. But like to this day, I'm like, I don't know how much I'm worth per hour, you know? Like it really depends on the day. It really depends on the game. It depends on who I'm talking to. But I think that also just comes with experience, with like knowing like, hey, I'm going to say that this is how much my time and your time is worth for what we're doing here. And how much money do you have? Can you do that? If not, let's talk about it.
Uh, do you have, like, a very specific moment where of that process, that learning process that is just kind of, like, so in your brain? Like, can you remember a moment of learning how to sell yourself, or did you have any, like, really negative experiences or like, "Oh, okay, lesson learned?"
Lesson learned. Again, like, the worst I can say is no. Um, Especially, like, and again, it's all very, it depends on the brand, it depends on who you're talking to. Like, is it like, I just had a talk with a small indie game dev who's like, "Hey, can you play my game for 2 hours?" And I'm like, "Here's my hourly rate. Let me know if that works. If it's lower, that's fine because you are an indie game dev. Like you have, I don't know what you're working with. So I'm more excited for you to get your product on a stream and me to enjoy it and you get whatever you need out of it, et cetera, and use it. Um, but at the same time, like I don't really know how to deal with like I think that's easier, honestly. I think, like, when someone's like, "Hey, I can't do that because I am one person," I'm like, "That's easy, we can work this out." It's, like, the big brands where I'm like, "I don't know what to ask for," and that the first time I had that happen was with, Valve,
Oh,
and, they had me on for a show with 3 other creators. Um, Actually, you might know them, Rom Scout, Author Blues, and Skybills. They had us do a Stream Next Fest, this was back in, like, February 22, and they had us play, like, 8 hours of, like, game demos, and they filmed us, and it was all done remotely, but at the same time, our friend at the time who was kind of working contractually with Valve was like, "Okay, what's your rate for this?" And I'm like, "Okay, let's talk over here. How much should I be asking?" Because I didn't know. I didn't know. And it was large amounts more money than I was expecting. I was like, "I'm ready to get this much money." And she's like, "No, no, no, you need to ask more because they can. They will do that for you. You are giving them 16 hours of your time, and you are giving them your likeness. You are letting them use clips. Like, you have to think about all of the things that you're giving to them for, how much do like, what are we gonna do with this? Yeah, that I think is harder for me. For another thing, it's almost like, yeah, it's almost easier just to be told sometimes, like, "This is how much we're going to pay you," and then be like, "Can I negotiate that? Like, can we go higher? Can I go lower?" Um, and then to give a rate. So,
Yeah, I think that's I feel like that's definitely true in a lot of cases because you are the
yeah,
product
yeah,
and you're literally constantly selling the product and you're trying to find what the correct rate is going to be
mhm, mhm,
for a particular brand.
mhm,
Um, I'm like zeroing in on like a possible question topic, and I'm like, there's something there because it's such a mysterious world of sponsorships that I'm just now like as a content creator talking to other content creators, just now cracking of just like, okay, what is it that a lot of people just don't get?
mhm,
A lot of people that look at content creators that, they're just watching. They know that these things exist. They know that sponsorships exist.
mhm,
But what is
mhm.
it about, I guess, that process that I think a lot of people just don't quite understand? And I'm feeling like I'm just kind of just barely scratching the surface and we don't really have that much time. um, but no, it's all very informative. And I think I would love to definitely talk a little bit more about that. Possibly on, like, a future episode if you would be down
Yeah,
to hang out for
sure.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't have all the answers either, like,
I mean, I
like
think
everywhere.
it's just a collective experience of
Mhm.
figuring out how to sell yourself, figuring out how to even start,
Yep,
right? And I
yep,
think a lot of people just get reached out to, or
yep,
they find opportunities to reach out to other people.
yep,
Um,
yep, or even, like, using like a referral is always like a really good thing. Like I have referred me personally, I have referred several people to my merch company, to Madrina's, to Fractal, who is another brand I worked with. And it's just like that helps. I was referred to Elgato, but it ultimately didn't work.
mhm.
Because I didn't have what they were literally looking for, which is totally fine. Um, but they were looking, like I was saying, like they were looking for somebody who was gonna take a way more creative approach, and for me at the time, I was like, "I use your capture card and your key light, like, I don't know what else I do with it." Like, I am a speedrunner. At the time, I was really only speedrunning. I was like, "I'm a speedrunner. I could use your foot pedal." Like, I don't
Yeah,
and like that's not really like a crazy use case of their products. So I think also a big like thing that I think is interesting for our space as well, I mean, I'm a gaming content creator, but obviously there's like lots of content creators, is the distinction between content creator using product sponsored in a sponsored way, or like being sponsored with a brand and having this brand support them and amplify them, et cetera, et cetera. And then being an influencer. And it's like there is a definitely it is a Venn diagram. We do things that influencers do. And I've gotten that question before, like, so are you in like an influencer when you do stuff like with brands? And I'm like, kind of like yes, but no, because they support me more if it's like a true partnership.
uh,
They give me more support than a one-off. So, but I've also done the one-offs. So like, I mean, who's to say, right? Um, but anyway,
yeah,
yeah, it's interesting.
yeah. I
Interesting bubble.
Well, and it almost felt like a conversation. It's taken me so long to get to that point because I feel like these are conversations I couldn't have, or it's just, oh, you can't talk about like the money. But like the more I talk to content creators outside of podcasts, the more it's just like, boy, I feel like more people need to not know about like the dark side of content creation. I think a lot more people need to understand that we're not just going online and playing video games for 8 hours and we get like paid
Yeah,
tons of money
yeah,
to do it. There's nuance, there's a lot of work,
Yeah.
It like I said,
Yeah.
this is 24/7.
Yeah.
When I go back to work tomorrow, I'm not,
Yeah. I
I'm still
mean,
content brained.
yeah, and I think also, like, in terms of, like, the Twitch, uh, atmosphere, I don't that's not the right word. It's not atmosphere, it's the Twitch a the
The
umbrella of Twitch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I think I had a very interesting conversation, I went to, like, an event in New York. This was also in, like, 2022. It was actually Samsung. I went to a Samsung event for content creators. It was really cool. It was, like, a very, very cool a very cool experience. I was invited by, a Twitch employee. They were going, and they were like, "Bring some creators you would like," and they happened to post something on Twitter, and I responded to it, and they're like, "You wanna come?" And I'm like, "Okay, sure, great, wow, craziness." So, I went to this event and I got to talk to these 2 really big YouTubers, like Colin and Samir. I don't
Mhm.
even yeah, yeah. I don't know how well they're known in general, but I was talking to Colin and he was like, "Okay, Kelsey, like you're on Twitch. You have such a different like content creator like experience than we do." Because all the people that were there were like Instagram influencers, YouTubers, photographers, bloggers, and there was, like, me and 2 other Twitch people. That's it. So, we were the only, like, gaming people, and so I they were like, "What is you have this, like, very intimate, like, experience with your community, and, like, that is a strength that" like you were saying, like, we're not just getting on and playing video games all the time, we are cultivating community, we are cultivating, like, a whole experience for people to feel like they have this internet space where they belong, and he's like, "How do you do that? Like, how do you, like, forge these, you know, not necessarily, like, a relationship with these people, like, not to be, like, parasocial,
Yeah.
but, like, how do you keep them informed and, like, how do you keep them feeling involved and included?" And I'm like, "Honestly, it's very interesting because a lot of us, we use Discord," and this is before Discord, like, really popped off, I would say, but it was at that point where it was like, what we do as gaming content creators, as people who have streams and do live streaming content as a living is, like, we have that sense of community that other creators do not really get, and I think that is, like, just a huge untapped not untapped, but, like, that's such a strength of Twitch that like, YouTube kind of gets, but not really.
Yeah.
Still to this day, I think maybe better, but I mean, like, still when you go on Instagram Live, like, how often do you click an Instagram Live, like, video? Like, I
I rarely see them.
right, you rarely see it, and granted, it might be the people you follow, but, like,
Yeah.
I've gone live on Instagram, and then, like, I have, like, like, 2 or 3 people in there, and it's like and then they don't watch the whole thing because why would they just at that point, they're just gonna watch the stream where they can see the chat, or they can, like, they,
Yeah.
like it's this whole ecosystem is built into Twitch, and it's that's kinda part of the job at the same time, is, like, you
Yeah.
have to be doing the cultivation, you have to be doing the branding, you have to be working on the Discord, you have to be like, yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, it's like the difference between Instagram is, like, Instagram works because you're constantly scrolling and seeing new things all the
Mhm,
time.
mhm, mhm.
Twitch wants to copy that, but really the point of Twitch has largely just been static viewing of, like, engaging in the thing that you're watching,
Right.
and yeah, I get that. Alright, I have kept you so long,
Oh, it's okay, no worries, no worries. It's
but
a long episode.
it's been a very good conversation. I really enjoyed it. I learned a lot,
Good.
just, not
Oh,
only
I'm
about
so
you, but
glad.
about the creator space as well, so I
Yeah.
appreciate you and the time that you gave to us, and
Course.
yeah,
Yeah.
would love
Thank
to
you
have you
for
back on.
having me. I haven't, like, gotten to be on, like, a show in a long time, so I
Hey.
really appreciate, this boost to my ego.
You wanna talk to me?
Oh my god, me? Uh, who, me?
Me?
But, it was this was really nice. I really appreciate, like And also these kind of conversations just like are very reflective. I don't know what the word is
Sure.
here.
Yeah. It's light.
It makes me like think of like, okay, hey, like these were the things that were pillars for growth and pillars for success that I needed to do. And, sometimes it's important to think about, hey, how am I doing on that? Like how am I doing on my all the things I have to do to continue doing this? So,
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, look, that brings us to a close for this month's episode. I just want to thank you again for hanging out with us.
of
Hey,
course.
where can people find you? What are you up to these days? Tell me
Um
now.
Yeah, okay. You can find me at twitch.tv/Kelpsey. And yeah, I am usually live in the morning around, I'm gonna say 11 a.m. Lately, we've been waking up later. 11 a.m. I do daytime stream because I treat streaming like a job because it is a job for me. You can also watch me post food on Instagram, kelpsey.tv. Lately, I've been playing, I've just got getting back into Star Fox score running. So if you like Star Fox and you want to see someone be pretty good, if I do say so at the same myself at the game. I'm playing that lately. I'm also playing through Mina the Hollower, which is like a Zelda-like game that was released by Yacht Club Games or whatever this year. I can't remember the name of their
I think it
studio
was
ever.
Yacht Club. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yacht Club. Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. They made Shovel Knight. I'm playing that lately. It's been very fun. I'm also been really into Blueprints bingo, and I'm actually doing a commentary for a very interesting Blueprints bingo tournament this weekend. So that's cool.
Ooh,
And next week you can find me at Power Up Coliseum
that's the
with
name. I'll be there. Oh my,
with him.
me?
With this guy. Yeah, I'll be there. We'll see
Yeah.
us on the same screen again,
This
at the
is
same
gonna
time.
be fantastic
Yep.
because I've already talked to you. We've learned about each other.
Yes.
Now I'm not like going in and being like, well, I know some people. Let's
But
not
you
kid
also
myself.
know me. We've gamed
I,
together.
yes, we have.
We
We've
played golf
broken gamer bread twice.
twice.
One Mario, one the other one.
Oh, yeah, the Mario. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
that was a
yeah,
while. That was a
yeah.
long time
That
ago.
was a long time ago.
Sure
Holy
was.
moly.
Yeah. But look, you can if you're not seeing me at Colo, you can find me right here on YouTube. If you want to support the channel, please give the video a like. Maybe even subscribe for future episodes. If you tune in here, you can watch the podcast live. We've got Q&A at the start of the show. So if you want to help that, you want to be a part of that, do so. Go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/laughingboylp. If you want to help us financially, be a member. It's $2.99 a month. Helps me out. Earns you some cool emotes on the channel as well. You can also get a special role in the Discord server, which is normally free, but you can get some extra exclusive channels as well as access to our community game nights as well as our community movie nights. We have one like once a month, so you can join us for that if you're a YouTube member. Also, before you go, give us a comment down below if you want to let us know what you thought of the episode, or you can give us tonight's topic. If you could master one game, what would it be? Tell me why.
Me right now?
Well, chat. They can
Oh, God. I was
answer it.
like, "Huh!" I wasn't
No,
expecting
you're
this
done.
question.
You're done. No more
Okay.
questions. Not
Okay,
until
cool,
next
cool,
time.
cool.
I'll save
Uh,
it. I mean, you
okay.
can if you want in the chat, in the comments.
Um,
And let them
Master
know.
any game. Dude, I've been watching Player 5 do some crazy speedruns of, like, Tears of the Kingdom, like, glitchless. Most impressive Zelda gameplay I've ever seen in my life. It's insane. Well, okay, this was actually for GDQ prep, so he's not doing it anymore, but you should go watch it.
All
It
right.
was very cool. It's
Hell yeah.
very impressive.
That game itself is impressive.
Yes.
Yeah. Look, so the rest of you go in the comments down below. Let us know. This has been a fantastic 13th episode of Good Luck, Have Fun. The audio version of this podcast is edited by Motion Dan. Thank you so much for that. Popsky did the intro. Kelpsey has been this month's guest, and I have been your host, Laughing Boy, saying good night. Don't let the bedbugs bite.